Hi guys. So it's the end of the summer season, and I was thinking of doing a couple of videos just to help people out going into the indoor season. In particular, talking about just improving overall. I've been doing this for a long time, and after a certain amount of time, you sort of plateau, and that can be very frustrating. So I'm going to share some of my own personal interpretations or experiences with just trying to continue growing and getting better, and how I've gone about doing that. Now, these things may or may not work for you. It is one way of doing things. I encourage you to watch videos and listen to other folks. There's plenty of material out there just to keep things interesting and continue learning, which is a big part of the hobby. All right, so first and foremost, the most important thing for me has been just working on understanding and driving the car, having a connection with the car at all times, a conscious connection where you're making decisions as to where the car goes, what the car does, as opposed to just driving on autopilot. Most of the people that are racing today, those that haven't just started, maybe they've been racing for a year or two, they're to understand they're in the top 1% of people that can control a remote control car or vehicle, however you want to look at it. But a very small percentage of those have actual control of the car. So we're going to start off this first video. We're going to go through some examples of some racers, and we have some footage from Cleveland and of last year, just so you can see what those differences can add up to. All right, here we go. All right, so now we've got 3 different clips here. We got Mike Zufelt, the eventual winner of the front-wheel drive class at that year's Cleveland, driving the yellow car. I'm not picking on Mike. Mike's a longtime friend of mine. But if you watch the lines, they're very loopy, very uncertain, especially out of the corners. They're looping out of the corner. There's you can tell from a couple of bobbles, the car's not to his liking. That's fair. But I want you to watch where the car placement, especially on the straightaway, which we all agree the straightaway is fairly straightforward, and his placement for the next amount of corners, especially now, stays on the inside and doesn't really adjust his line, which blows the end of the sweeper. So up next we're going to have Stuart Mason. He's driving the white and blue, very, very quick driver out of the Pacific Northwest. And I want you to watch the difference in car placement. And I think that's Chase Lemieux in front of him. And watch the difference in lines between Stuart and Chase. Now, obviously, cars may or may not be to their liking. But whether the car's handling well or not, the car should still be on the racing line. And up next, we're going to get Reinhardt, so multiple-time champion. And he's pushing really hard to catch Kevin here. Just the difference in car placement and the difference in acceleration and the direction of the acceleration out of the corner. So, very important. You'll notice all of his acceleration is in the direction of the racing line. There's no wild looping things. He's getting on the power late once the car is rotated. So that's the challenge. I'll break it down even more, but I'm just gonna have a clip here from one of the Deegan kids. She's transitioning into F3 and she had a test day, so let's show you that.
That was a really good meet, and then in 4 we gained 2 tenths.
So
I just need to almost use the less brake for a little longer in one.
Yes, less brake for a little longer. Yep.
When I get back to the gas, actually commit to it later.
Later, yes. So just wait, like count,
wait a split second,
and then go.
Okay.
And same thing in 2. Wait a split second and go. Everything else looks good. Just 1, 4, and 5. Wait on throttle.
Okay.
And I think when you force yourself to wait on throttle, then you're gonna have to push yourself deeper into the corner. Right.
So as you can see, this idea of getting on the throttle once in the direction of travel and adjusting how you go into the corner to allow you to rotate the car and get on the gas as early as possible is the same for full-size motor racing, whether it be motorcycles, cars, whatever, RC cars, and something that is at the core of lap time, if you will. So when you're out there practicing, I encourage you to work on these things and forget about the lap time. And once you can stay online and apply the control consistently, the lap time will become consistent, at which point you can start adjusting the car for a purpose, whether that be more rotation, less rotation, more on power steering, less on power steering, more stability. You can adjust your ESC for power band, so you can get on power and the car doesn't get upset. Those are all going to be your goals in making changes, as opposed to making changes blindly in the hope of gaining lap time. So it's a very conscious effort to move you in the direction of a better lap time ultimately, but the lap time is simply a measurement of your successful change. It's not. It's the ruler. It's not the thing you're trying to build, if that makes sense. Anyways, I'm gonna try to make a couple more of these videos. This one's kind of just trying this software out and seeing how it goes. If people like it, then I'll make some more and go from there. All right, guys, have a good one.